Hey, everybody. Hope you all had a Merry Christmas weekend. So now we're moving into the week of what? Predictions. Everybody's got their crystal ball out or their into what they think is going to happen, or they're channeling all this information. And then we got the same old going on, right? You got the Trump steam. He's going to roll into the station and save the day because he's still our commander in chief and all this stuff. I got to tell you, man, when you're listening to CW, SP, 07, all these guys that keep preaching the same BS to you, it does not mean you're awakened. Doesn't. The government is corrupt. Newsflash. There are people out there with agendas that are not for your highest good. Newsflash. You got life on other planets trying to come over here and help you. Newsflash. You got life on other planets trying to come over here and create some havoc. Newsflash. None of this information wakes you up. The world split into 50 million worlds. How do you know it hasn't already done that? How do you know you're not living on one of them? How do you know a timeline hasn't split its hairs a million times and you've been all over the place? How do you know all these implants that are placed in people aren't still regurgitating the same information? What's the one thing people want to save? The children. What's the one thing you'll believe in? The innocence of the children. What's a great place to implant a corrupted antenna and post out? An innocent child. And everybody keeps falling into the same circles of stuff. Doesn't matter if the little people, the giant people, it doesn't matter who's living underground. Doesn't matter where Atlantis, Lemuria are buried. They're all here in our DNA. Prime Source Creator is within us and around us. And everyone keeps thinking that they become awakened to this information and that this awakeness will clarify you. And it will allow you to step forward now into the ascension process because you think you're awakened to something. How's this all working for you? How do you know that the 5D is happening in the way the 5D is being explained to you when all you're using is your 3D linear mind? I got to see it to believe it. How do you expect Earth to split? How do you expect 5D energetic light bodies to come into space and place? How do you expect all this to happen when you're living in your 3D linear mind? And you're expecting it to be explained to you in your 3D linear mind. And for those who are not taking the time to visualize, meditate, go into the subconscious, go into the imaginary God source space and hunt through for some treasures and cancel, alt, delete all the stuff in there that doesn't serve you, to tune into the heart center and get your information through the heart center. Connect with that emotional body, release what it doesn't serve you. But everybody's doing it through their damn 3D linear mind. And they're so worried about the Trump steam. So worried about who's going to get punished. So worried about whose predictions have got it right. That y'all just keep listening and what's it doing? It's cramming more out of this atmosphere information. It is blocking your light from seeing that you're enough with who you are. It's separating yourself from the illusional delusions of 3D, seeing everything in the God Source Center locked into this 3D. And you all know exactly what I'm talking about. You're still searching for all this information outside of you instead of working with the inner light codes within you. And trusting that if your higher self and your guide team need you to know something, they're going to guide you to knowing it. They're going to ramp up your dial. They're going to clarify your visuals. They're going to prompt you to open the windows, to search for healers, practitioners that can assist you in becoming more inner knowing and less outer knowing, less flapping of the gums, more opening the higher heart, unclogging the jammed up area, letting the lights come on, the debris on the antenna come off, and be okay to know that the me, myself, and I of the you of the universe is exactly where it frickin' needs to be right here, right now. And go through your social frickin' media and delete and cancel all the contracts of people you've pulled towards you that keep spewing stuff that doesn't serve you in this moment. Until you can learn to filter information as information and filter that through and be the God source light, the beacon in your silence, just play with that dial in your silence and be okay with the me, myself, and I of you in the universe. And trust that teams over here are doing what they need to do. Teams over here are doing what they need to do. But what are you doing to prepare yourself? What are you doing to team up with the me, myself, and I of you in the universe, of the God source spark, the prime creator that you are? What are you doing to enhance that stability? Be in a space and place with more love. Volleyball with the information without it getting all clogged up and deciding if you're a winner or a loser and which team you're on. And let the information filter through and just be who you are in the now. Because you don't know what earth you're standing on. You don't know who's walking among you. You're not going to know until you learn to elevate from the heart center space from within you. And that you're okay to cut all the strings and all the connections of all the programs, of all the things that don't serve you. State the obvious. Quit waiting for somebody's steam to roll into the station. It's not going to happen that way. It's not. You're going to begin to see the deconstruction of things that have been worked on for a very, very long time. And that includes the deconstruction of yourself and all the things that you're holding on to that don't serve you. And one of the biggest things that don't serve you is all the toddling to find all this information out there. So you can feel like you're in the know, you've got something to talk about, or you found a tribe or a team that's babbling their bullshit babble. Because none of it serves you. None of it makes you stronger. When the winds blow, how strong are you going to be in your connection to God's source that you're not blown off track? And that all comes from within. That all comes from within. That all comes with emptying out the filled up spaces with the programming. And you continue to get more programming when you're listening to all of this stuff. Knowing what's happening out there takes you away from learning how to really operate this avatar with a spiritual controller, being in charge of your own HR, taking care of your home within the home, and know and trust that when you need to know something and you need to go somewhere, that you are doing your prayers of protection, that you're going with a lighter physical body attunement because you're working with someone like me to help you empty out that noggin, empty out those cells, all that stuff, so that you can bring in more light and bright, and you're going to look around like, okay. If I can help you in any way, embodimentofthesoul.com, you know that. And there's so much more I want to say right now, but I'm going to wait for another video to prompt me to come on. I'm working on some things, messaging that's coming through. You got to carry on in the 3D world, my friends. You're not getting uplifted into a 5D world. It's not happening like that. And until you empty out your vessel and learn how to be unconditional love and acceptance through that love and through that trusting, you're not going anywhere. You're not going or evolving anywhere. All right, gotta go. Bye. Please like, subscribe, and share.